4 signs. Someone is extremely jealous of you. Welcome to Stoic philosophy for life, where silence builds strength, discipline shapes destiny, and wisdom leads the way. In the quiet spaces between glances, in the subtle shifts of a conversation, envy speaks. It doesn't shout, it doesn't confess, but it leaks out, in small ways, in bitter ways, in ways that a man trained in Stoic philosophy must learn to see. Jealousy is not strength. It is corrosion. It is the weapon of the weak, wielded not to win, but to rot from within. Those of us who walk the path of Stoic philosophy, who build inner discipline, silent strength, and immovable calm, must recognize envy, not to retaliate, not to humiliate, but to stay untouched by its poison. For while envy burns them from the inside, we train ourselves to be fireproof. Here are 4 unmistakable signs someone is deeply jealous of you, and how a Stoic mind responds. They celebrate your struggles, not your success. It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Epictetus' Discourses book. 2. When life deals you a setback, watch who leans in a little too eagerly. Observe whose comfort feels strangely sweet, not for you, but for themselves. This is the first mark of jealousy. They applaud your victories, quietly, but they celebrate your failures loudly, even if only in their own hearts. Why? Because your rise exposes their stagnation. Your discipline shines a harsh light on their complacency. Your calmness under pressure makes their chaos unbearable. When you fall, they feel safe again. They feel validated, not because you are lesser, but because they no longer have to face what they refuse to become. But we, followers of Stoic philosophy, do not hate them. We pity them. For only a deeply dissatisfied man takes joy in another man's fall. We do not feed their bitterness. We do not retaliate with petty revenge. We simply notice, underhand move on, because our journey is not determined by the applause or the disdain of others. We drink not from the cup of revenge, but from the well of self-mastery. They criticize the fire they secretly admire. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus, Enchiridion 13. Jealousy does not often arrive as a sword. It arrives disguised, in passive comments, in mocking concern, in hollow advice. You've changed. Why work so hard? Is it really worth it? These are not words of care. They are words of quiet fear. Fear that your progress highlights their refusal to move. Your effort convicts them. Your silence challenges them. Your relentless growth humiliates them, without you needing to say a word. But we, guided by Stoic philosophy, do not dim our fire to comfort those afraid of the light. We do not apologize for our discipline. We do not justify our evolution. We walk forward, because the path of virtue demands it. Let them call it arrogance, let them call it obsession. We call it purpose, and that is something they fear, because they have none. They compete with you in a game you never joined. The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say or think or do, only what you do. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations Book 4. The most telling sign of jealousy is silent competition. They mimic your steps, they race against you. They compare themselves to you, all without admitting they are even competing. This is not admiration. This is hidden warfare, and your indifference becomes their deepest frustration. But remember this, we do not compete with others. We compete only with our own weaknesses, our own past selves, our own lower nature. The man at war with his own vices has no time to prove himself to outsiders. So when they try to outshine you, to impress you, to belittle you, do not flinch. Their storm is not yours to calm. Their jealousy is not yours to cure. Your peace will insult them. Your silence will expose them. Your steady, unshakable presence will leave them confused and speechless. And you will remain unmoved because your battlefield lies within. They downplay what they secretly admire. A jealous man rarely offers a clean compliment. When he does, it comes poisoned, diluted, or hidden in a joke. It's not a big deal. You just got lucky. Anyone could have done that. But deep down, they know. They know the hours you suffered in silence. They know the sacrifices you made when no one watched. They know the discipline you applied day after day, night after night. What they call luck was your endurance. What they call nothing special was your war against comfort, laziness, and fear. You didn't climb for applause. You climbed because the path demanded it. And now, standing on a height they fear to reach, they cover their envy with dismissal. Not because you are small, but because facing your greatness reminds them of their own neglect. But we, the Stoics, do not argue with small minds. We do not defend ourselves to insecure souls. We smile. Not because we agree, but because we no longer need their approval to breathe. Let them pretend it meant nothing. We know what it cost, and we carry that truth like silent warriors, bleeding for glory, not for praise. The Stoic response to jealousy is noise. Jealousy is chaos. Jealousy is weakness made visible. But you, a student of Stoic philosophy, you are not here to argue. You are not here to react. You are here to build something they cannot touch. We do not stoop to envy. We do not answer smallness with smallness. We remain vast, we remain silent, we remain untouchable. Because true power does not seek revenge. True power does not seek validation. True power walks onward, in calm, in silence, in mastery. If something in you stirred reading this, if you recognize the discipline, the dignity, the fire that this path demands, then stay with us. This is Stoic philosophy for life, where the noise ends and the inner empire begins. This isn't motivation. This is Stoic medicine for the soul. And you, silent warrior, are exactly where you belong.